Bonjour, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. I remember there was that song. It's a kid's song. And today I am definitely going to do 30 minutes because I am sleepy, I'm tired, and I have to go get a cup of coffee to wake me up. Uh, 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 uh. I stayed up late last night, went to bed late, and you know, I don't have a reason. I'm a night owl and I love to stay up, especially if I'm working on something. If I'm in the middle of a project, I'm one of those people, I'm not going to stop until it's done. So that's what it was. So I think it was like after 2 when I went to bed. And of course, you got to give yourself a little time to fall asleep. But my schedule is packed today. Good morning. And I looked high and low to see how I was going to work it out because today's Saturday and tomorrow I have to do the live. I did a poll and asked people to tell me if they want me to do the ratatouille with the chicken or a fish cake with, I was gonna, yeah, like salmon cake, but I was gonna use tuna, and I was gonna do avocado boat, but I did not, I forgot to get the avocado yesterday. So I realized, good morning, I realized that, you have to buy the avocado for so many days for it to be ripe so you could use it because that was going to be a main ingredient. It's not like it's avocado I'm gonna put on the side. So when I realized that, even though they voted mostly for this particular dish, I decided to do the ratatouille tomorrow instead. So with my schedule, and I'm teaching Spanish at 10, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to go to the San Felipe, which is the farmer's market. San Felipe, I could go after the class, which would be like around 12. But then I have an event around 2 or 3. Then I was gonna go to another event, and I still need to go to the store to get a couple of things. So I'm trying to strategize to see how I'm going to do all that. And I realized the only time I had available to go to San Felipe was like at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I set up my clock for 5:45 after going to bed at 2:30. And I was at San Felipe like at 6. I got dressed, then I walked to the bus stop. It's like a 15-minute ride. Or 10, maybe 10 minutes. So I got to San Felipe, no, to the Cinco de Mayo. And when you get to the metro station, it's a nice little walk to get to San Felipe. So I got a chicken breast, and then I was looking for some beef bones because yesterday when I went to Reba Smith, I went to Multi Plaza. Good morning. I went to Multi Plaza to do my banking, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then I decided to check Reba Smith. I always go there just to see if they have okra because that's one of 3 places in Panama City that I can find okra. But it's not consistent. You're not going to find it every day. You just go. If they have it, great. If they don't, you keep it moving. But yesterday I was lucky. I found a couple of packs. They're not the freshest looking. They were not. So I figured I have to cook them rather fast. And in okra, you don't want to get the real big ones. The skin tends to be harsh. You want to get the junior looking ones, right? So I needed some beef bone because I realized when I just cook it with tomatoes, it's missing something. So I got the beef bone, got the chicken breast. I got 2. I'm only going to use 1. But I have to butterfly it. and then I have to use the mallet. I don't have a mallet, so it's gonna be interesting to see how I pound it. Maybe with a cup. I'm good at strategizing and coming up with alternatives. So, and then on the way back, I did go ahead and buy one avocado at Cinco de Mayo. And then when you see avocado here in Panama, they'll say, para hoy, for today. That means they're starting to get ripe. And they tend to give you a better price. But at San Felipe, they told me 150, and I'm like, I'll go to the metro station and get it for $1. And exactly what it was $1. So I got one. Not gonna make the boat, but it's gonna look good on my dish with the ratatouille with the chicken breast. Yeah. So really, with today's Saturday, so we're stretching a lot, okay? Oh, so with the banking thing, if you're not here in Panama, you probably don't know it. It's a little bit difficult. First of all, to get your bank account started here can be really difficult. Some people, it takes them more than one day to get it done because you have to bring your income form, which is your retirement, your social security, or your pension. You got to bring that form that you took to immigration. You have to bring it, and then you sit and you sit. It's gonna take you hours. So don't get upset. It doesn't flow so fast here. Some people have to come back because they do a lot of security checks before they open your account. But when you walk out of the bank, you got your debit card in hand. They don't mail it to you because there's no mail here. So most of us, the way we bank, the best thing to do is to do an ACH transfer from your bank in the US to here. I got into trouble because when I was when I was visiting, no issues. But when I was going to South Africa, I turned in my US number. Don't do that. Because when the bank wants to confirm your identity, they want to do a two-step verification and they want a US number to do it. So which is why when I came back, I was like, donut, I don't have that. So I could not do an ACH transfer from my bank to this bank here. So that's why I go to the ATM. There is a bank here called BAC, and you can go in there at Multiplaza. They have them at Outbook as well, probably every mall, and you can make withdrawals, right? But they only charge you $5.35 for each withdrawal, which, I mean, the good thing about it is that I withdraw up to 500 at a time, right? So if I'm withdrawing $1,000 a day, which is my limit, and you have to set that up with your bank in the US, what is your limit for withdrawal per day, your daily limit? So mine is set as 1,000. So I have to make 2 withdrawals a day for like $10.70. Well, if you don't use BSC, then you're using regular ATMs, which you can use here, but you limit it to $250 per day, and it's like $650 for each withdrawal. So imagine if you have your rent at $1,500, you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 withdrawals of $250, and then at $650 a pop, you can see how it adds up. But some people do it, especially if you have a Schwab card, then they say they will reimburse you your ATM fees. So, there are ways. You have to ask people about your banking, but we're all here and we're banking, so I guess it's working. But what I tell people, I think the best thing to do is to make a large transfer from your bank in the US to here. That way it covers maybe, 6 months. That's probably the best way to do it. But if somebody said you can also write a check from your bank account in the US I guess to yourself or to the bank here, they'll cash it, but it will take weeks or days. So it's not like the next day. It's not like that here. Nothing is fast. Oh, this is good. Oh, ugh. As much as I walk in those streets, I still need to stretch. You know what I mean? So I got home at about 7:05, 7:10, and I'm like, it only took me about an hour to walk from my building, go down the elevator, walk 2 blocks to the bus stop, get on the bus, get to Cinco de Mayo, and then walk that little walk to San Felipe, get the meat that I needed, stop at the vegetable section, looked around a bit, walk back to the metro station, all in 1 hour. I was surprised. I thought it would take me more than that. But where there's the will, there's the way. But at 7 a.m., and I like to go early because if you're going to go to the fish market and you're going to go to the meat market, the early bird gets the, what is that? I forgot what the last word is. So if I want to get oxtail, or if I want to get a good piece of meat, if I'm using meat, if I want to go to the fish market and get the best selection, you have to be there early. And I tell you, I was at that place at 6 a.m. and the place was packed. So everybody is, they get the message. So you have to get there early. You can't, if you go, I think I went to the meat market one time after 12 noon, there was hardly anything there. Because understand that the restaurants also place their order and you'll see bags of meat already cut up portion and waiting for them to be picked up. So if you go late, you're not gonna find anything. I was at the fish market the other day, like mid-morning, 11. It was kind of deserted, and you're not gonna get the best choice. So everybody gets there early. All right, remember that. Oh, oof. Look to the sky. Oh, that's good. Remember to stretch, ladies. Uh, uh, to the sky. Yep. So today, this month, is something they call la etnia negra in Panama. It's like Black History Month, but it's Black ethnicity. We're celebrating Black ethnicity. So if you go to any of the stores, all the way up, ooh, yeah, that feels good. Uh, you're gonna see the African inspired outfits laid out. Every store, you don't have to go to a specialty store. That's what I like about it. I'm like, oh, I don't have to go to an African themed store. You find them at El Costo, you know, Teton, Conway. All those stores are gonna have etnia negra, beautiful multicolored prints, so you can buy. And there are all kinds of activities with pollera dances, mostly Congo dancers because it is Black ethnicity, and the Congo dance is specific to the Caribbean culture here in Panama. So last weekend in Portobello, they were celebrating Dia del Diablo, where they put the mask on and all that. Tomorrow, at a little museum-like place called Mi Pueblito, there are my little people or town. They're gonna have a fashion show. I know they're gonna have something at Outbrook. We always have stuff at Outbrook. So most of the malls are gonna have things. There is something next weekend. We're gonna have stuff at either Saturday or Sunday at Parque Omar, which is also a very popular place for events. So last year, I went to a talk by uh, seasoned, revered, older Black people from Panama talking about the growth, the development of Black culture in Panama. I really enjoyed our talk. It was at a theater not too far from me. I actually walked there. So I'm going to be looking for that. And there were people from Cologne, just, the people, the who's who of Black American, oh, I should say, yeah, of Black culture here in Panama. So I learned a lot. And, they talk about the struggle and how they were intentional about ensuring that Black culture had a seat at the table, in government. And the Ministry of Culture here in Panama is hosting a lot of those events to support La Etnia Negra. So they're going to have all kinds of things going on this month. So that's the thing. That's why I'm busy today. We have an Indian culture thing. So I don't know how that fits in with Etnia Negra, but there is an Indian festival on my street this afternoon. Last year, I remember it got rained on. I couldn't go. So I'm planning on doing that after the class. And then they have an event at a mall called Soho Mall, where they're going to have, in a little bit, there is a Jamaican doctor who's into veganism and raw veganism, and he's going to be doing some demos. And there's going to be like a farmer's market because it starts at 8. So right now it's going on. So I wish I could have gone, but I knew I had the class here and then I have my Spanish class. So I'm trying to see where can you go, Maggie? And especially now, I'm a little bit asleep. So, ow, ow, ow. Whew. So I had to kind of figure out which one to go to. So when I finish with the class, which I usually go over when we're at 12 o'clock, I just didn't want to have to go to San Felipe at 12 o'clock and it's too hot. So about 3 o'clock, I'll go to the Indian thing and then maybe stay there for about an hour because, it wasn't that big a deal. I don't think they have food and stuff. I like Indian food. But then I'll go to the Soho Mall event. They have the farmers market in the morning. This doctor is going to do some demo. And in the afternoon, it's going to be all Caribbean culture. And then they're going to have food. Not that I'm looking for the food, but I want to see what it's about. And then after that, I have to find myself at a store to finish buying things from my ratatouille. I need peppers, bell peppers. I think I'm going to be creative and add chayote in it. Ratatouille is a stewed vegetable dish, which is yummy. So I had the eggplant. I got a zucchini at the farmer's market there. So I need peppers, chayote. I got the tomatoes. And so I'll be good. So it's a full day. And then tomorrow, after we do our class here, Mi Pueblito is going to have their thing from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's a cute place to visit. And also, when you go to Encon Hill and you do let me see, my balance is so bad. When you climb we do the hike, we call it, then there is a sign right after Encon where you go down multiple steps right into Mi Pueblito. I did it last year, and I want to do it again this year. But when you go down there, because the hike, most people do it, gosh, I can't even stand straight. Most people do it in the morning because you don't want to be there when it's really hot, right? Whew, this is good. I really have to work on my balance. Oh, I like that one. It's a good cardio, good for the core, and then good for my balance. That is really poor. Yeah, so I did that last year and I liked it. Mi Pueblito is a little museum where they replicate the architecture of the ancient times, colonial times, and then up to coming to now. So you're gonna see things that look like the indigenous homes, and then they show what a Caribbean home would have looked like. And then in there, that's where I bought that bracelet that somebody mentioned to me, that multicolored bracelet. They have like a little museum looking thing, an area. I had the chicha de salir there, the surreal drink, and they have, clothing, jewelry, books. So it's like a museum of Afro culture. So Mi Pueblito is always involved in showcasing Caribbean culture and indigenous culture. And you're gonna see the indigenous people there selling their stuff, the molas. And in fact, when I was there once, I saw a nice shirt. You know, they have the white embroidered shirts that you can wear over the pollera skirt. And this lady, this indigenous woman, said she would make me one. They would measure you, you know, do it, and then you can buy it from them. I think it's an excellent idea. So always take some cash with you when you go to places like that, because I don't like to buy a lot of things, but some things are kind of unique. Like I bought a Molo bag 2 years ago. I absolutely love that bag. It's big, but the lining inside is coming off, and I'm trying to figure how I can fix that. I might go to one of those people and ask them to put the lining back in there because the bag is beautiful. Of course, you can put it in the washer, but that's a good idea. I'd like to fix the lining. Ooh, I love this one. This is very good. So just do as many of these as you can with your legs up, closed, and also with your legs apart. Little pulses, great for the legs and the core. Whew, very good. Remember, I'm only doing about 23, yeah, 30 minutes today, just because I don't want to overdo it, because I'm functioning on a little bit of sleep, which is not good. But we have days like that. Let's go down. We can do a lot of stretching on the ground today. I'm gonna do chest press. Oh, I think I did them yesterday. Yeah. And also, I've been doing some chest press on the with my vanity in my bathroom. So I do a set of 30. So I just want to make sure I do two. Now, when I go out, I make myself, like I said, take the steps to add a little bit of extra. Let's do this one up today. And this is not a chest press. This is like a plank. It's a high plank, right? one, you tighten your whole abdominal area. Just suck it in. Suck it in. Suck your buttocks. Watch your feet so you don't fall on your knees and injure yourself. Hold it. Tighten it. Tighten it. Whew. This is so good. And then it's good to kind of lift your head up and look straight ahead, right? So you can keep your line, your form. Whew. Oh, this is nice. Those of you with knee issues, this is a good one for your core. Hold it. Oh, this is longer than a minute. I know that. Did you feel that? Did you feel that? I felt that. Whew. Ooh. All right. So what do you guys have planned for this Saturday? I told you about my plans. Keep drinking. Very good. I am working on preparing for a talk on dementia. Right. On dementia for the end of the month. But you know, you have to do all your research, make sure you get all your data, accurate data. And then I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and she's like, well, you know, Booker, who is her boyfriend, he's been working in pharmaceutical, and they specialize in dementia medicines. I'm like, oh, tell him to send me everything he's got. So I know yesterday one of the sisters said they were talking about, I thought it was March that was Alzheimer's disease month, but maybe May is mental health awareness month. I have to check that out. So even though I don't know that I would classify Alzheimer's as a mental health issue, it's not. It's a physiological illness of the brain, disease of the brain, right? But we don't need a special month to, you know, celebrate or focus on a disease. All right, let's go. And, you know, I'm going to keep doing the, you know, the Kegel exercises because I know it's good. You know, like right now, I don't feel like that extra stuff hanging. So that means I'm making some progress. And if I walk my hand, I can feel my rib cage. I couldn't do that before. If you can feel your ribs, you know it's covered in layers of fat. And this little thing here, the xiphoid process, which is a little pointy thing that at the end of where your two rib areas meet, this is where when we're teaching CPR, we tell people you put these two fingers on top of the xiphoid process because we don't want you to, you know, do compression because then you can injure your liver or your stomach. Liver here, stomach here. But this is feeling better when you are on a quest to change your body. You have to celebrate the little wins. And here for me, right here, being able to just feel this, that's progress. So I'm very excited. Okay, let's do some crunches first, okay? When you put your heel right here with the shoes, it supports your back because you don't tend to arch, right? So do that for yourself. And then you're pushing your butt into the ground. And then you're able to focus right here. All right? So let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look straight up. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 50. Hold it. Hold. Hold. Exhale and suck it in. Exhale. Suck it in. To the ground. Bring it all the way down. Suck it. Whew. And now put your leg down all the way and stretch. Oh, stretch. So good. Whew. You know those crunches, if you do them right, you're working both your upper, my rib cage, and lower. Yep, the tenacious thing here. But I will be victorious. This is day 17, so we days left. 5, 8. All right, the countdown continues. All right, now let's put our hand on there, and then we're gonna consciously with our back to the ground, and we're gonna pulse here. Ready? Inhale in, exhale, tight, hold it. Well, let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that bladder, you're trying to get the bladder to tighten up. Come on, contract. Tight. And then you're working your quad too. Tight. Now hold it. Hold everything. Squeezing down to the ground. Hold it. Oh. Squeeze in. Tighten. Squeeze. Now I'm going to lift up and squeeze some more. Squeeze. Woo. Squeeze. Watch your neck. Squeeze. Woo. Don't stretch your neck too much. Woo. I feel like I need to loosen my legs. Yeah. All right. Let's stretch the bladder muscle that we just tightened. Stretch it. Pull. Somebody pulling you to the back. Pull. When you're pulling, squeeze in and make sure your back is on the ground. Don't ever arch your back. Whew. This is good. Those should be exercises you do on your own. Let's say you're listening to music. This is a nice stretch for your legs to loosen up this joint that we're always talking about, these hip joints, right? When I do this, it puts a little bit of tension and it's kind of trying to lower my thighs to the ground. And then, day by day, you're going to feel yourself becoming more flexible. Keep doing it. Whew, that's good. If I don't feel a little bit of discomfort, then I don't think I'm doing it enough, right? So you should feel a little bit of discomfort. All right, now hold it and bring them back up. Okay, very good. All right, let's stretch. Stretch the leg all the way up so you can feel the stretch. Grab your ankle, bring this leg down a bit, not all the way down so you don't hit your back, but so, you feel it really. Whew. Stretching is so good. And then do your ankles. Make sure your ankles are supple, they don't lock on you. And you're gonna go over. Control the movement all the way. Oh my goodness. Right here. Whew. So good. We're gonna lift this leg and pull all the way over our head as far as you can. You're not competing with anyone. You don't need to have it over your head like those kids in gymnastics. Nope. We are seasoned, so we have to protect. All right, and then we're gonna bring the leg over, touch the ground if you can. If not, it's okay. It's a work in progress. It's a nice stretch for your butt. You know, you got muscle there too. Unless you had BBL, then it's deep in there. Grab your knee and bring it back up. All right, let's do both legs. Well, let's do some scissoring first, right? One, I like this one. This one is more control and it's good for your lower abs. You see what my hands are? My hands are protecting my lower back. See, this is so good. You can pause if you can. But this one is a little bit more challenging for your lower back because your legs are heavy. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. All right. All right, all the way up, and pause. You're stretching your lower back. Slowly, gently. Oh, my mouth feels like cotton just now. Okay, so I think we're ready. And go up. Whew. How'd you do? All right, I'm doing some sides just because I have to do some because I like the waist definition I'm starting to see. So, whew, very good. You do one more set and we'll be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ow. Whew. All right. I'm gonna go down, 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 down. Up, up. All right. We are done for the day. Whew. How are you ladies doing today? The game Jennings. Hey sis, Greta Cub, Greta. Glorious morning. Yes, it's really lovely here. But you know, I was sweating at 7 a.m. It's still hot. Not as hot as Merida, but still hot. Right? You know, I sweat so much, and I'm like, I guess it's good. Sweating is good. It gets you here, Greta. I know, Lynette. You guys are my buddies. Thank you so much. So hopefully you have some things planned today and you're going to enjoy the day. Don't stay indoors. Go out, do something, you know? I like to just maybe go to a mall, you know, have an iced coffee. I didn't see Modiwa today. Just watch the world go by, you know? That's a great pastime. Like over here, I say people love to go to the mall. I call it malling because we have beautiful malls and they're always packed. And I thought, you know, years ago, I used to love to go to the mall too until they started with the shooting stuff. And then I quit going. I used to go to, uh, what is it again? Just got a coffee or a latte. And then when they started the shooting mass, I stopped going. So I almost became a hermit, just not by choice, but just because of a crazy sense of safety. And in my neighborhood in the US, we have a gated community. I used to go and walk. But a few years ago when all this stuff started, I stopped walking there because you never know who's going to throw something at you, who's coming out of the bushes. Karen, it's funny. I did a video and then there was a lot of chatter. You know how well your video does based on the number of comments. I had a video that's right now it's got 123,000 views. And I remember getting up in the morning and spending an hour and a half just answering comments. And I try to answer every comment, whether I do a short or a video. And sometimes, you have people, I would say 99% of the comments are positive, but once in a while, you're always going to have somebody who's got something negative and weird to say. Sometimes I answer them, sometimes I just delete them. I'm not going to give oxygen to that kind of, uh, but it depends on what the topic is and how important it is to people. They have to do put in their 2 cents, which is great. The interaction is important with your audience. And you don't have to, expect that everybody's going to agree with what you say. Like this week's video is about explaining the protests in Panama, right? And I am very careful when I'm doing a video. I'm not, most of my videos are not about my personal opinions, it's just facts. And especially in this thing of protest, you have the government and you have the people protesting, they have things they don't agree on. But me as a foreigner, I don't get in the middle saying, well, I agree with this side. I don't. And I'm very careful to not do that. And then this guy wrote yesterday, well, your information is wrong. And I'm like, how is it wrong if it's just, I'm just saying what I see in the news? I didn't create the news, right? And then he's like, well, you haven't interviewed a protester. I said, well, they interview them on TV all the time. Like yesterday, it was the nurses. The nurses were protesting for the same law that they don't want to change it to Social Security. And I see that, in France, when they wanted to increase the retirement age, people took to the street. They were burning trash, burning this, burning that. And the French have a history of protest too. So today, I think they're protesting in Ecuador yesterday too. People are protesting about everything they don't agree with, right? Now, I'm not in any camp, as a foreigner. Now, something happening in the US, I may have an opinion, even though nowadays you have to be careful what you say. But it's just that I'm not pro or against anything. So I'm like, yes, they interview them on TV. So it's not me saying, oh, you didn't ask the protester what they're protesting for. They tell us every single day they don't want the changes to the law that the president signed. They don't like the way he's doing business. They don't want the mine to reopen. The teachers it's all about that law, that change to the Social Security system. And I'm like, I get it because I'm at that age where I depend on Social Security. So if anything that is happening right now, any threats, we're concerned. Of course, we're concerned. And people have protested, in the US as well. So at least people feel, I think it's great that people have the ability to do that, to say, I don't agree. But now here, the president said the law's been signed. He doesn't look like he's willing to go back to the way it was. So maybe they can, come to the middle somewhere. I don't know. But it's going almost into a month now. And instead of being resolved, it's like it's expanding. You have the students, you have university students, you have teachers and administrators. And now yesterday, the nurses. Now we had Nurses Week. I think our Nurses Week in the US ends today. Next week, they're going to have a Nurses Day here in Panama. And I think there was a lady who is the head of, I guess, the nurses union. Everybody has a union here, it seems. They said they're going to protest again. So, because again, those are nurses who are hired in the health, the public system, right? And it is what it is. Sometimes I like to join you, but it's too early because I work nights. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, you can do it afterwards, but you're gonna be on your own and alone. Listen, I'm here at 8. I went to bed at 2:30. I got up at 5:45. Come on. But after you work a full shift, you shouldn't be exercising. That would be too much stress for your body. You need to rejuvenate it by sleeping first. So plenty of videos on YouTube. Go for a walk. I think that's the best thing. If you have a pet, even better. Just go for a walk. Just don't go in the middle of the day when it's really, really hot. So when you go to sleep, you wake up, then go for a walk. It's okay. You don't have to do it with us. We're going to be here till July the 8th, which is the day before my birthday. So you can join us on your day off. That's fine. All right, ladies, it is 46 minutes. I did good. I think I was done like about 35 minutes today because it's the weekend and we just kind of tone it down a little bit. But you have a beautiful day, Greta, Lynette, T. Gaynor Jennings. Thank you for joining me, Gertha. I appreciate you showing up. It's all for health. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a talk on Alzheimer's because we're all older ladies here. And I know it's a real and present danger that our mind starts to play tricks with us. Me, it's names of people. I have a hard time. It doesn't come to me right away. There's a delay. So, but everybody in my body is aging. My brain is aging too. I just don't want it to become like a demented patient. But anyway, have a beautiful day, you guys. I love you. Thanks for showing up. We got this.